This story is about the mad dog of the Palisar Palace, Adrian Grimaldi. This is insubordination. Adrin shouted. Insubordination, my foot. What do I care, you son of a bitch? Let's fight once we both take off our rank insignias, the knights yelled back. You're the one who should take off your rank insignia. Adrin roared. Come at me all at once, you bastards. He was called the Mad Dog. And this is his her story. Someone stop that madman, a knight screamed. In this country, twins are born under a witch's curse. Therefore, Adrian, curse attached to the firstborn, must be abandoned or must die. A scream tore through the hall. It was the Countess, Adrian, and Adrina's mother, her voice breaking with grief and madness. It's your fault for being cursed. Adrian died because of you. Give me back my Eddie. The Countess staggered, choking on her rage. Rather, you. Adrina thinking in grief and sorrow. Poor younger brother. They say favoritism makes both the favored and the unfavored unhappy. Nearby, servants whispered. What do we do, poor young master? Still the Countess, unable to control herself, wailed through sobs. You should have died. Adrina, quieter and restrained, thought. Not as much as me, but you must have had a hard time too. May you rest in peace there, Adi. Footsteps echoed. I'm a bit late, the Count said calmly. There were some documents that needed urgent attention. Honey, Adi, our Adi is, the Countess began. You've grown your hair quite long since I last saw you, Adi, the Count said.
Looking at Adrina.
Adriana confused. He said Adi. That name was a pet name, a title used exclusively for Adrian. The Count coldly said, Is all this commotion just because one little girl died? Shouldn't we be glad the family curse is gone? No, the Count while cutting Adrina's hair said. It is right to rejoice. Isn't it, Adrian? That's a good expression, he continued. Yes, a man should never show sadness. Darling, the Countess shocked. Let's end the farewell here, the Count ordered. Adrina telling herself Adi, the truth is, I wanted everything you had. But I suppose that was the problem. What the Count thought about afterward was simple. How to maintain power now that his only son was gone. Everyone, return to your posts. How long do you intend to worry about a little girl? The same goes for you, Adrian, the Count said coldly. You must find your place. Adrina thinking she was no different from father. Yes, that's right, Adrina said. Father, I can't mourn Adrina's death forever. Let's ride together in the carriage. Who should we entrust to inscribe Adrina's tombstone? Count asked. I'll find a skilled artisan among the territory's craftsmen, Adrina replied. She died on the day magnolias bloomed. Carve a magnolia into it. A magnolia decoration. Yes, do as you wish, Count answered. It's fortunate that Adi died. The Count smiled bitterly, a smile that contradicted his words. For some reason, laughter threatened to burst out. Which Adi was that? Adrian or Adrina? Whichever it was, the Grimaldi family believed it was fortunate. The curse was buried with the dead. 18 years after birth. The curse of the twins. 5 years later, Adrian became a knight. But that was all. He was too weak to be a squire, let alone go on a knight's journey. And she lived like a shadow, she thought. But that is all in the past. Now she is Adrian living his life for 5 years. A knight defeated admitting. He lost. I'll be going back first, Adrian said. Once he began learning swordsmanship, he could hold his own against most knights. Of course, poor young master, someone muttered. How can he be so shameless? Sure, if the Count hears. People don't think of her as Adi. You're here, Adi, Adrina said warmly, sitting next to the real Adrian's grave. How was the book I brought you last time? That's right, Adrina also said. I'm taller than you now. Everyone missed Adi. It's cold. Looks like it'll snow soon. A knight named Lev called out Adrian. The Count is looking for you, he said with an annoyed face. Adrina thought. Yes, everyone except the Count. Adrina worried she might be late because of the snow. Count won't like that. What the Count wanted was always the same. A healthy boy. Adrian was kind, but weak. And she was a girl. Neither met his standards. When she arrived at Count's office, "Go to the Palisar Palace," the Count ordered. "I've had you transferred. The paperwork is done. That will be your base from now on." Only thing he ever wanted was obedience. "Stay there until I contact you." "Yes. Understood," Adriana replied. And so, the time of the obedient dog passed quickly. What could I have been summoned for? Adriana thought to herself. There were many possibilities, but none of them were good. Adrian Grimaldi, age 25, third night order. Ah, right. She paused briefly. "I'll be back." The Knight Commander let out a quiet sigh as he asked Adriana, "Even so," blowing up his testicles, "how was that considered acceptable? He was the sole heir of that family. Who knows?" Adriana said casually, "Last time, you got into a brawl and nearly had an eyeball popped out." "It was an orbital fracture," Adriana replied calmly. "The eyeball was fine." "Because of that," the commander snapped, "I've had to move you around. Do you have any idea how many times we've had to amend the Knight Register? How many jackets are you planning to have tailored? The Knight Order isn't changing, is it?" "It's just a battalion transfer," Adriana said. "So what's the problem?" "No," the Knight Commander said firmly. "This time, the Knight Order emblem is changing too." Adriana froze. If that's the case, am I being kicked out? Kicked out of the Knight Order? Could I finally be free? She thought. Ah, if he showed that kind of expression to the other knights, they'd probably dote on him. Not exactly in a good way, though. Stop thinking nonsense about being kicked out. The Knight Commander said flatly, "You're being transferred to the 2nd Knight Order. You'll be assigned to the 1st Battalion, 1st Platoon." Adriana hesitated. "Here." The Knight Commander shoved a notebook into her hands. The Knight's notebook. "A." She glanced down, then cursed under her breath. "I blame your pretty face for this." The Knight Commander said without sympathy, "What kind of place is the 2nd Knight Order?" "It's where knights are signed. To escort high-ranking nobles coming to Palisar," the Knight Commander explained. "You can't join unless you possess either exceptional skill or exceptional looks." Which is exactly why a transfer from another knight order was considered unthinkable. "So watch your mouth when you get there," the commander said. "Damn it," Adriana muttered. "Is having a pretty face not enough? Do I need a pretty mouth too?" "Yes," the Knight Commander replied. "Keep making that face. You'll fit right in. It's a place full of those kinds of people." Adriana left after that. The commander let out a slow breath. That's a relief. At least now, thinking he wouldn't be able to cause any more trouble. Somewhere far away, Duke Woodpecker is coming. "Please, take care of yourself." A servant of the Duke said. The knight originally assigned by Palisar was injured. He also says, "So they'll be attaching a new person to you." The mad dog of Palisar. Another voice murmured, "That's an interesting nickname." Someone scoffed, "For the son of that snake." And that person is Duke Woodpecker, the ML of this story.